we start with a big announcement coming out of Seoul and Washington overnight. The leaders of the two countries will hold a summit next month in Washington, D.C., marking 70 years of their security alliance. Their extended deterrence against North Korea will be among the top agendas. Our Oh Soo-young starts us off.
President Yoon Suk Yeol is set to hold back-to-back summits with the leaders of the United States and Japan in the coming weeks, accelerating efforts to jointly address security threats, including North Korea, and economic challenges. Seoul's top office said on Wednesday that Yoon will visit Washington, D.C. next month, marking the first South Korean state visit to the U.S. since 2011. With a state dinner slated for April 26th, Presidents Yoon and Joe Biden will hold talks under the theme of Alliance in Action. During his visit to D.C. this week, National Security Advisor Kim Sung-han said the focus would be on protecting peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula, which he called the basis of the 70-year alliance. Kim said the leaders would seek ways to qualitatively strengthen the allies' capability to offset North Korea's nuclear weapons, noting that the U.S. has reasserted its commitment to extended deterrence, with joint military exercises and the deployment of various U.S. strategic assets as measures to build trust. On the trade front, Kim added that Seoul will also seek measures to minimize damage to South Korean firms hit by Washington's policies that support domestic production of key industrial products, such as semiconductors. Other agendas for the two leaders are cooperation on advanced technologies, economic security, and people-to-people exchanges, taking the alliance further beyond the realm of military ties. In this regard, the two leaders are expected to discuss furthering their cooperation with Japan, following recent efforts by Seoul and Tokyo to overcome their long-standing disputes. South Korea's plan to compensate Japan's wartime forced labor victims through voluntary donations from the private sector has been challenged domestically, but has drawn a positive response from the US and Japan. According to Japanese media, Tokyo's ruling party chief Natsuo Yamaguchi said on Tuesday that Seoul-Tokyo relations have reached an important turning point, with Prime Minister Fumio Kishida expressing willingness to meet President Yoon even later next week.
Observers will closely watch whether Kishida will invite South Korea to the G7 meeting in May. This would set the scene for a trilateral summit of leaders, the third to be held during President Yoon's term. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.